remember when Paul Jones threw the belt off Gandy Bridge?
Right.
Took it from Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how, man, I remember how crazy, and they were trying to come up. They had a new belt. And I'll tell you what, I told Buddy Rose, I said, I seen this done in Florida. So Buddy Rose loved it. So he said, tomorrow we took the belt from Jay Youngblood. The kids are like crying. Like, you know what I mean? The people, they love Jay there in Oregon. And Buddy Rose said, tomorrow I'm going to throw this belt off the highest bridge in Portland. I forget what the name of the bridge is. And we're going to pull up in a limousine. I'm going to throw the bridge. And we were on the way to meet Buddy to get the limo. And I said, Buddy, there's going to be a problem. He goes, what do you mean? I said, we just passed here. We got to drive back. There was already like 500-600 people walking up this interstate part of the bridge. It would be like me going up the Skyway Bridge. They're walking. People are not even supposed to be there. By the time we got there, Jerry, it was packed. And we all got out of the limousine, and it was me, Red Buddy, Frank Bonema, the announcer. And I kept saying, you know, Buddy keeps teasing about throwing the belt, Jay Youngblood and this and that, and this is what happens. And I'm like, Buddy, the people are like starting to, little by little, we're getting like closer, and I'm looking down. I said, man, it's a long drop. And I said, Buddy, throw the belt. He keeps talking, and we're couldn't push it. I said, Buddy, throw the belt now, or I'm out of here. I'm jumping back in the limousine. But he did. He threw the belt. Me and Rip were like, oh my God, he threw that belt. We champed. The people beat the cops. Pulled up at that moment. Said, what I told the limousine driver, what I need you to do, sir, to the limo driver is, you go like 3 blocks down and you make a right on the first street. Make a right, and I got to call my sergeant, or because this is too much for me. I don't even know where to begin. And I said, oh, we're all going to jail now. So, man, that sergeant or whatever came, he was so pissed off. He goes, you know that if one of those dogs those people were walking would have died, or one of y'all would all be this and that. And I was like, oh, man. And Buddy Rose is like, sir, do you like wrestling? He goes, yeah, I love wrestling, Buddy Rose. He goes, I got ringside seat for you and the whole family Saturday. And he did it. He did that, but that deal.
So you guys bribed the Portland Police Department with front row seat tickets.
Buddy Rose did, God bless his soul.
Okay, Buddy Rose. Yeah, Buddy's not here to take any heat there.
Yeah.
So the Portland Police Department is crooked.
Well, I better shut up. Only in Cuba they're not. Anyway.
They're illegal. You're illegal, Cuban. They can't send you back.
So, but they
you have papers now, David?
Of course I got papers.
Okay, well, I'm just checking.
I want to go to Waterloo next year, so I better have papers.
Yeah.
But,
you better.
Yeah.
I was hard to get it. Well, you're used to the water.
So that's technically a bribe. So the Portland Police Department technically took a bribe.
Yeah, they basically just let, and the deal is, Jay Youngblood, back then, he didn't even get his hands on Buddy Rose till after he beat Rip Oliver, beat me, and they were all sellouts at the Portland Store. They held 2,000, 2,500 people, but it drew great business.
Yeah.
And
John, that story that he told where that originally happened, I don't know if it's original because things are hard to be original in our business, but Jack and my brother Jack and Paul Jones, the original Mr. Wonderful, Paul Jones, they had a hell of a feud going on here in Tampa. He won the Florida Heavyweight Championship from Jack. And Jack came on, of course, babyface, crying about losing. Oh, you love this belt so much. It's just another thing to me. It's just another belt to me. Tell you what I'm going to do is show you just how unimportant this thing is. I'm going to go out to the Gandy Bridge, the bridge that separates Tampa or connects Tampa and St. Pete. Yeah. And I'm going to throw it off at high noon Sunday. Sunday comes around, and there's thousands of people.
Yes,
helicopters just were the thing with the news. All 3 helicopters were circling the bridge. And of course, Eddie had all types of political connections, so Eddie had set it all up with the cops and everything, where they could do this without any issues, unlike David out in Oregon. And so anyway, they got out there. So Paul took that belt and he tossed it over. People were jumping off that bridge. People were going crazy. It was on every news channel
Kids
throughout
are
the entire
crying. I'm
state.
telling you, I remember that.
And it popped. And matter of fact, we did that with Rocky and Stone Cold Steve Austin off of that same suggestion. We threw it all off that damn bridge in Connecticut somewhere.
Yeah.
If you remember that, John, when we threw
I sure do. Yeah, absolutely.
that's where that came from, was from that angle there. So that
Yeah.
thing spawned. So anyway, they took it out to Oregon. But man, that was the hottest thing that Paul Jones ever did down here. Man, they drew. But Paul Jones drew money forever. That story is still talked about sometimes in the news circles down there. It's funny as hell.
I mean, and that's why I took when I told Buddy Rowe, I said, man, I'm telling you, this was like you just said. I said there was so many people on the bridge, and there was girls crying, and it was like, and it popped the territory. I mean,